It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Friday, the 8th of March. I'm Michael Groff. After an active day yesterday with rain and thunderstorms around and even a few showers and storms that lingered into the early morning hours today, we are going to dry out and warm up for the weekend and moving into next week. High temperatures going just a bit above average, but nothing ridiculously out of bounds for this time of year. And then there's some more forecast uncertainty to deal with as we go later into next week. So we'll talk about all of it as we dive on in. But before we do that, it is Friday, and that means it's Photo Friday here, and that's where we take a look at some of the photos and or videos that you guys have submitted. And first up, David Parnell from last Saturday, and this was at the Veterans Memorial Coliseum, and the State 6A basketball championships are going on, and what a beautiful day to be out there. And I understand this weekend there's a big foodie event down there by the fairgrounds. And, you know, there's a chance that myself and perhaps even the one and only Michelle will be out there. So maybe you'll see us out there because, of course, if there's food involved, yeah, I'll be there. All right. Moving on. This one is from the Seven Springs area, courtesy of Greg, I believe. You got the moon, you got the sun coming up. Gorgeous. Then the one and only Michelle, the raindrops around. Yes, some rain coming down. Love to see that. And I'm guessing we're going to have some more rain-related stuff. But before we do that, look at this. We go international. These are from Zane in Brisbane, Australia. Look at that. Fantastic. And of course, well, you know, here we're heading toward spring. They're headed toward fall in the land down under. Gorgeous pictures. Thank you, Zane. Then, speaking of international, this is from Okinawa. Yeah, we're going to Japan for some of these pictures, courtesy of Joseph. And he took so many that we're going to show you some this week, and we'll have some more next week. Look at that. Just beautiful. So it's starting to warm up over there in Japan as well. That looks gorgeous. We love to see these pictures. So wherever you go, we're going to look at these pictures. So, yep, doesn't just have to be Arizona, folks. This is a weather discussion video. We look at weather all over the world. We love to see this kind of stuff. You are the eyes and ears for me all throughout the land. So I do appreciate that. But it's not just photos here on Photo Friday. It's photos and or videos. And so let's take a look at this one. This is from a different Joe. This is from Joe out there. He took this in Sun City yesterday, or Sun City West. You can hear it. The rain, a little bit of thunder, and then, of course, these are from Ryan Seek, these time-lapse videos. And again, I believe these are taken down there in near Maricopa on I-8. And look at that. Gorgeous. As you can see, the storms rolling on in. Some of these are rain-wrapped, but you'll see some lightning. I mean, if you didn't know better, if I just showed you these at any time of the year, you would swear these are monsoon thunderstorms rolling on in. Of course, they don't have nearly the amount of dust with them that we would normally see in the summer, but still, there were some decent storms. He says he had nearly an inch of rain down there. And I'll tell you this, out here in at Studio B in Avondale, we had between 1/3 and 1/2 inch of rain. We had quite a bit of rain yesterday, and again, this morning, some more rain. So most of the valley, I think, overperformed on this storm system, and we're always happy to see that. And that I just had a little jump scare right there. All right. I thought I muted that, but anyway. All right, getting to the almanac from yesterday. 65 degrees, the afternoon high. 53 was the morning low. I think it was louder for me than it was for you guys. The levels are a little bit different, but anyway, that was something else. 75 and 53 are the averages for this time of year, and yesterday, officially in the bucket at Sky Harbor, 0.2 of an inch of rain. There was a little bit more this morning as well, so we continue to be ahead of the pace on rainfall for the year, but it's going to dry out for a while. Right, as we take a look outside right now here at 12 noon, we've got some clouds out there. Michelle will love it. It's fluffy clouds. There's those cumulus out there. We're sitting at 63 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew point 44, humidity 52%, a calm wind, the barometer steady. The upper level weather pattern across the nation shows this trough that came through here yesterday. It's moving on out. There was a little wave that came through this morning that brought another little round of showers and isolated thunder this morning, but that's moving away. The clouds will be with us, but they'll clear out by the time we get towards sunset. And it's just left us in kind of a nice, cool air mass. But as that moves out, high pressure will build in and we will warm up very quickly. The watch warning map is relatively quiet. We do have some flood watches over parts of Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, and some winter weather in a few spots. But by and large, things have quieted down. Convective outlook for today, the standard slight risk of severe storms from East Texas through Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, into far western Georgia. The marginal risk for the adjacent states. Parts of eastern Arizona may see a shower or thunderstorm today, though, but that should stay east of us here in the valley. And here's the precipitation outlook valid through Friday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, basically nothing. Statewide, a little bit over there in the eastern mountains of our state, up north as well, mostly with this system as it slowly departs. But then we're going to be dry at least for the next several days. But what happens out there toward the end of next week, there is some uncertainty. And we'll talk about all of that right now as we get to the models. Take a look. This is the GFS. The 12Z run valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. There's our trough moving off to the east toward West Texas and southern plains states and pulling up some moisture into the southeast U.S. What it means for us down at the surface for the rest of the day today. Some clouds around, but we'll just say partly cloudy or mostly sunny by late this afternoon. High temperatures, upper 60s, low 70s, just a little bit below seasonal averages. Just absolutely glorious out there. Tonight, mostly clear sky takes over, and it'll be pleasantly cool with lows in the 40s to low 50s. And then tomorrow, again, there might be a shower over far eastern Arizona, but we're dry, sunny, warmer, highs mid-70s, upper 70s, low 80s on Sunday. Sky's sunny. Maybe some clouds around at times for Monday. And high temperatures, mid-70s to about 80. Same thing Tuesday, same thing Wednesday. But note, on Wednesday, we've got low pressure to the north of us, and that's going to start to close off as we see a rapid change in the overall weather pattern across North America. We're going to see high pressure rapidly building in off the west coast, and the GFS just absolutely insists that this troughing to the north of us closes off into an upper low and dives due south. And should that happen, we could see some breezy conditions by late next week and maybe an increase in clouds. And the GFS certainly thinks we could even see a few showers, especially across northern Arizona, but maybe even a shower here. But I will tell you that in these kinds of scenarios, as we've talked about for the last several days, even if this happens exactly as advertised, this system would be very moisture starved, moving due from north to south like this over the continent like that, over the continental air mass. So we would be probably more likely to be dry, but with somewhat cooler air aloft, yes, we could wring out a shower perhaps. But temperatures would back off quite a bit if this does in fact verify, and depending on exactly how far to the south or southwest that system manages to retrograde here, we could maybe get a little bit of moisture pulled in here, but I am not certain about that. Here's a week from today. This is Friday, the 15th, the Ides of March, that area of low pressure sitting right on top of us. And again, what that is a Rex block pattern. You see that ridge and then that upper low stuck underneath that. And it'd be interesting. We would see breezy and cooler conditions. High temperatures would once again be below average. And again, there could be a shower, but it wouldn't be anything heavy or widespread. Go now 10 days, not much changes. This is Sunday the 17th. It's St. Patrick's Day. We still have kind of this Rex block. Breezy conditions and some clouds probably starting to dry out at that point. But again, doesn't look too bad. Rainfall for Phoenix out through the 22nd of the month off the GFS ensemble. Doesn't look all that promising. The mean, about 1/10 of an inch. And I would say if any precipitation would happen with that system next week, it might be Thursday or Friday, and it would be very light. And most of the ensemble members don't have anything associated with that. But interestingly, they all seem to agree that a scenario like that will happen. There'll be a Rex block setting up and we'll be under that area of low pressure. Just most of them don't show precipitation, which is unusual to have that kind of an agreement over the development of an upper low 6 or 7 days out. Temperatures off the national blend of models. Well, of course, the trend is up, as it often is here in the month of March, and highs getting back up in the 80s on many days, and if not 70s other days, with overnight lows mostly in the 50s. Of course, the cooler pockets will be down in the 40s. And that is going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here when? Yes, on Monday morning. Of course, updates before that if necessary. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. And if you really like what we do here, you want to support us monetarily, click that thanks icon below the video and make those monetary contributions. $2, $5, $5,000. It all helps in the furtherance of this channel. And, of course, we could certainly use some upgrades around here. All right. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org. And the Facebook page of the same name. It's called Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Please check that out. Check out her travel videos, all linked up down below. And you can check out our streaming station. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music over there from 6 decades. We go all the way back from the 70s, 80s, 90s, all the way up to the current stuff. It's a great station, and we just have a lot of fun putting that together. So I hope you check that out too. All right. I thank you guys so much for watching, all of your continued support. It is so greatly appreciated. You guys make this happen all the time, and I could not do this without you. So thank you so much. And please be safe out there. Have yourselves a great Friday and a wonderful weekend.